Hello there, and I hope everyone is doing fine. My name is Edmond Lime, alias Odibaba, of course, and I'm the Public Relations Officer of the Cameroonian community here in Qatar. And the World Cup is gradually being wrapped up, but we had issues. We had issues, I can say. We cried so much that the Cameroonian government neglected us. And when I say us, I mean the Cameroonians who are here in Qatar. And we got the first match passed without us getting anything like a budget that could help us rally ourselves or mobilize ourselves to support the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. And even the ticket issues, we suffered this, and that is why many Cameroonians, especially those who are here in this country, did not have the opportunity to watch the first game. At the end of the day, we got a little bit of support from the government. I don't want to qualify the support anyway, as it doesn't matter. It's great they did something. I know who Cameroonians are. It all depends where every support passed and before reaching the Cameroonians in Qatar. Like the issue of the tickets. We received the tickets, and the tickets were coming out as, in bits and in bits. It became a situation where we never had a general announcement that the tickets are available. People should come and receive them. In the first match, I cannot remember we had more than 100 tickets. And in the second match, the same thing happened. And in the third match, I did not even know when the tickets were awarded to Cameroonians and when it was shared or they were shared. And that is what happened. And it happened that some individuals had to collect the tickets, and they had to use their own decision on who to give tickets and on who not to give tickets. And the ticket issue passed, and a lot of people, a lot of Cameroonians are still with a grudge today, especially those who did not have the opportunity to be given tickets and to watch the matches, or not only watching the matches, to support the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon in the stadium. And that one passed. I think a few days before the match of Cameroon-Brazil, that should be around the 27th, a certain amount of money was given for Cameroonians in Qatar to be mobilized. There is a team or a delegation that went to attend a meeting with the ambassador who came from Saudi Arabia with his team. And we had, the delegates attended this meeting, and a delegation of 10 people who represented the Cameroonian community here in Qatar. And their first meeting was held, and they presented what Cameroonians in Qatar needed, even though the ambassador made them to understand that, as per the minutes, made them to understand that he will base discussions very much as far as World Cup is concerned. And any other thing about Cameroonians in Qatar, what they are facing, could be talked about later, or they might discuss, but not being the main agenda of the meeting. So that meeting ended. The minutes were shared by the Secretary General, and another meeting was called, and the ambassador and the delegation invited the same group of persons who attended the first meeting. And in that meeting, the most important thing that happened is that that was on the 27th, breaking 28th, was the fact that the money, a certain amount of money, was given to this delegation because the ambassador invited the same people to come back. That is what we had. The same people to come back to that second meeting. And 15,000 euro was handed to this delegation, and directly in the hands of Mr. Mustafa Biaka, who has been one of the, or is one of the oldest Cameroonians who have lived in this Qatar. And Yeah, anyway, we have some few other persons who have been in Qatar for more than 30 years, and I don't want to mention names, they know themselves. And Mr. Biaka has been here for more than 18 or 17 years or so. And he has helped Cameroonians a lot, and even though, I mean, some appreciate while some do not appreciate. Maybe people have different encounters with people. Some people will get something good from people, while some others will have a very bad experience and they want to tell a bad story about that person. So, cutting story short, that money, he received it, and I mean, from the 28th night, I mean, that's 27 breaking 28, that money was given. And as the information reached, I don't think the leadership platform got the message immediately as that money was handed. At the end of the day, information reached everyone, especially at the General Assembly through the Secretary General, who urged the people who were in keeping of the money that they should do something as much as mobilizing Cameroonians to go and support the Indomitable Lions during the Cameroon-Brazil match. I mean, that energy was mounted there. I can testify. I'm one of the leaders. I find myself in the leadership group and Secretary General, especially on the day of the match, because everybody was waiting that something like that would happen, but it wasn't. I mean, or it didn't happen. So my question, and which I continue to pay attention on, even if that money is given today, which is not yet given anyway, is why were Cameroonians not mobilized to go and support the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon in the stadium on the day they were playing against Brazil? Why was that money in the pocket of an individual until today? I mean, that's the biggest question. Why? It wasn't even announced. Why was the money in the pocket of an individual? And why was it not used for the purpose it was intended? This is the question these people must answer. They must answer. And we are struggling that this question is answered. I don't care whether that money comes out or not. My problem is, why was the money not used for the purpose it was intended? This is my question. Now, there is a creation of a committee which is called Conflict Resolution Committee. I mean, anyway, maybe there are a lot of conflicts in the Cameroonian community here in Qatar, even after having come up with something like a memorandum of understanding of bringing two camps together, which is CDQ and CCQ, and then we finally eventually had the name CDCQ. I mean, nothing is still working. Nothing is still working. And perhaps this is what the committee that has been created is trying to resolve. But concerning this money that was given, there was no conflict as far as this money is concerned. Let the people in keeping of, or the person in keeping of this money, make us, the Cameroonians in Qatar, understand why the money was not used for the purpose it was intended. That is what we want to hear. I'll be coming up with more details or with more videos to discuss more about this, to present facts, more facts, images of the people concerned, and many other things. Thank you.